in figure, PR is greater than PQ and PS bisects this particular angle, right? So we'll call this as X and X. Prove that PSR is greater than PSQ. So you guys have to pause and write what is given, what is that we need to prove, and try to think over how they are linked. So till that point, you guys need to pause. So what is that we have been given? We are given that PR is greater than PQ. So PR being greater than PQ is happening in triangle PQR. So as per that triangle, if we consider triangle PQR, just PQR, forgetting the middle part. So if PR is greater than PQ means angle Q is greater than angle R. Okay, right? Does it make sense? So angle Q is greater than angle R. So the reason being what? The reason being if two sides of a triangle, in this case triangle PQR, are unequal, the angle opposite to larger side is largest or big, or whatever you guys want to call it as. Okay, so this is one thing which is given, and we have PS which is bisecting angle QPR. So if I take angle QPR as 2x, okay, if we take this, so we have angle QPS will be equal to angle SPR, which will be equal to angle QPR by 2. So this is 2x by 2, that is x. So both of them will be equal to x, right? So it's important to use variables. It makes things a lot easier. And we have to prove that angle PSR is greater than angle PSQ. So PSR is over here and PSQ is over here. They are in two different triangles altogether, right? So we need to relate this to. How do we relate this to? Well, the clue is go back to what are given. All these things are given, right? Whatever angle information is given, we have to link that with this. Okay, so that is your basically job. Everything else is kind of copied from the question, right? And few conclusions are there. If not, nothing much. So now is the thinking part. How will we relate what is that we need to prove and what is given? So that is your job. So pause and think over. Okay, so we can relate these two angles with QRXs with two ways. One is using angle sum property, okay, angle sum property, and the other one is exterior angle property. So which one you want to choose, you can choose that and think over how will we relate. I'm just talking about how to relate Q with any one of this and R with obviously any one of this and X with all of this. And just try to express all of this in this two in terms of this or somehow get the relationship. Okay, so I've given you guys the clue, exterior angle property, if not angle sum property. I'm going to use exterior angle property so that it's a good revision. So we have triangle, first we'll begin with SPR. So for the ease of understanding, I'm drawing this. If not, in your exam you need not draw this. Again, try to draw so that you understand things. So that's my PSQ and that's my X and this is my R. So now we are looking at angle PSQ is equal to x plus angle R. Reason, sum of, right, interior opposite angles is equal to the exterior angle. So x plus R should be equal to this. And since we are trying to relate this particular angle with the other angle, it's better to express R, right, in terms of PSQ and x. That is angle PSQ minus x is equal to angle R, right? So we can substitute it over here and we'll get the answer, is it not? So this is how you have to relate things. Now, which is the other one? You have to consider triangle PQS. So we have, let me draw it off, PQX, something like this. So PQS, and I guess this is R. So we have to relate this angle with your X and Q. So angle PSR is equal to angle Q plus X. So rearranging, PSR minus X is equal to angle Q. We'll call this as equation A and B, and we'll call this as equation 1. So let's substitute A and B in 1. So we will substitute A and B in 1. So what do we have? We have angle PSR minus X is greater than, and angle R is angle PSQ minus X. So in both of this equation we have X, that is common. So like any other equation, we can just add things and subtract things, not an issue. So this and this will get cancelled, and we have angle PSR which is greater than angle PSQ, and that's what we had to prove. Hence proved. Again, remember the funda. Whatever is that we need to prove, try to relate it to things which is given, and that will be your answer. Okay, the same could have been done using angle sum property also, so you can try that, or if you feel exterior angle property is easy, you can go with that as well.